Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond Two Souls. We left off in the chapter called My Imaginary Friend, and we are in Jodie's childhood home. We get a bit of a look into what her childhood might have possibly been like, and from what I remember, this is actually the only chapter you spend inside the house. This chapter can be done relatively quickly if you just go through the motions, but I think I'm going to take the time to kind of do all of the exploration and kind of fun sort of things that we can do. So in this chapter, Jodie is stuck inside and is bored in the wintertime. She doesn't have a lot to do. So if you switch to Aiden's perspective, there's a lot of things that you can interact with. Again, all optional, but we're going to go ahead and interact with a lot of different stuff in this chapter. This is certainly different from the action-packed chapter we did last time.
Jodie?
But we need that every once in a while.
Is everything alright, sweetheart?
Yes, everything's fine.
So we'll start downstairs and then we'll kind of gradually make our way upstairs as we run out of things to do. And there are 2 trophies for this chapter. One of them involves the different things that you can do with Aiden, so I'll be showcasing how to get the first one. Just kind of covering the living room right now. I think we've kind of messed around with everything that there is to mess around with. There's also some things that you can interact with when you're controlling Jodie as well, such as sitting on the couch. But there's not much to do except for watch TV if you'd like to. It doesn't hold her attention for very long. If you want one of the trophies for this chapter, it's titled Teammates. What you have to do is go into the kitchen and switch to Aiden's view. Go ahead and mess around with the dining room chairs. Gonna scare the living pants off your mother, although I would assume she kind of knows about your powers. How couldn't she, you know?
I didn't do it, Mommy. It wasn't me.
It's okay, sweetheart. It doesn't matter.
At least we're not lighting our house on fire. This is all pretty innocent. After you've messed around with the chairs, you then want to turn the radio on.
Damn radio, why does it keep doing that? Gotta get that fixed.
And then finally, what you can do is switch to Jodie's perspective. Take a look at the cookie sitting on top of the refrigerator.
Can I have a cookie?
It's almost dinner time, sweetheart. You eat a cookie now, you won't eat your dinner.
And after you've been rejected by your mom, switch back to Aiden's view. And we can just get our own cookie. Surely one cookie has never, you know, spoiled dinner completely. Oh, Mom, it's just one cookie. Relax. So after you've done all of those things in any particular order that you want to, the trophy should pop for you. And we don't even get our cookie because our mom puts it away. It's kind of gross that she puts it back in the cookie jar. I mean, it fell on the floor and it broke. You think that she would just throw it in the trash, but I guess not.
Jodie, honey, would you do me a favor? Could you get me a bottle of oil from the garage?
Sure, no problem.
So after enough time passes, your mom will ask you to do that chore for her, which is kind of what you want to do next if you want to advance on, but I don't think we're done screwing around yet. We haven't even gone upstairs to see the rest of the house. And again, there's a couple things to do up here. I guess we'll just go into each bedroom and see what we can find. It's the bathroom. I think Jodie can make faces at herself here. Which doesn't turn out very well. Stay away from mirrors, kids. That was pretty boring, not much to do in there. I'm thinking this is probably our room. I don't see our parents sleeping in a bedroom like this.
Hey, Fairy Blossom. Do you want to come over to my house for tea? Oh, yes, I'd love to. Okie dokie, we'll go in my car. I love your car.
That is a pretty sweet carriage, I must
I
say.
chose it myself, and it goes really, really fast. We're here. Come on, let's go this way.
Everybody loves tea parties.
What a beautiful house you have. Yes, I love it a lot. My husband gave it to me for my birthday. Would you like some sugar in your tea, Fairy Blossom? Oh, no, thanks. And how is your husband? He's good. He's working at it. Why, he's so handsome. Stop that, Aiden. I told you I didn't want to play with you anymore.
And then I think Aiden gets a little bit jealous. Well, you know, I can't always play with you. I got other priorities at times too, you know. Considering that you're always around me all of the time, I guess, you know, he doesn't have anything better to do. But we do, obviously. That would be so distressing to know that one day your life could be completely 100% fine, nothing would happen, everything would go totally uninterrupted, and then the next day, if Aiden really felt like being a big dick, he could just interrupt in pretty much every aspect of your life if he so chose. So it would be very, very trying to go through each day, I think. I don't want to go down the stairs. I want to go to the other two rooms at the end of the hall. It's kind of a nice house. This is our parents' bedroom, I'm assuming.
Jodie? Did you get me the oil?
No, Mom, obviously I haven't, because if I had, you would have it by now. I'm not done looking around yet. Ooh, we get to put on Mom's makeup.
No, Aiden. Mom is gonna be mad if we mess with her stuff.
Well, we've already started. That's pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. Freaky, but impressive that he would know how to spell your name. I mean, that to me just proves that it's much more of a ghost or something. Obviously something with higher capabilities and thinking power. We can play hide and seek with ourselves, which really isn't much fun. We would hide, but nobody would seek. There's a box up there. Oh, hey, we can look at the box. What's in it? It would also be concerning, I guess, as a parent, to know that you could hide literally nothing from your child. We could find a way to get into practically everything.
That photo. It feels strange. As if it were vibrating.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you feel that too?
That's not quite right. Sometimes when you look at photos or you touch items, you can get kind of a memory from it, and you can actually get a flashback.
I'm so sorry. I did everything I could.
I'd never actually done that before. A lot of these options I've never explored. Usually that tutorial comes way, way, way later in the game, so it's interesting to see that you can get that very early on. And I guess the reason it feels strange is because I'm assuming the baby in that photo isn't Jodie. Kind of seems maybe like your parents lost a child earlier, or something traumatic happened.
Hello? Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. This weather is terrible. All this snow? I hope it'll end up soon. Kids are so difficult when they can't go outside.
Oh, that's creepy.
I didn't stop that.
Jodie really can't have any fun without something going terribly wrong, it seems like. Hey, it's our dad. How's it going? Hi, Dad.
Please, Jodie, I'm working.
Oh, that's not the response I wanted. Can you give me a hug? Can we chat? Nothing? I can't get nothing out of you? Mom seems a bit nicer and a bit more interested in what we're doing. Let's mess with him. Screw up his computer.
Jeez. God, what's wrong with this thing now?
Wasn't me, I swear.
Don't you have something better to do?
I didn't leave him alone.
So, yeah, Dad doesn't really seem like a nice person. Probably don't want to mess around with him too much. I think for the most part, we've pretty much done most of what we're able to do in this chapter. And I think around this time, Jodie, I would say, is probably about 8 years old. It's just kind of nice to see, you know, child innocence, and there's a lot of things that she did that I think some of us do as kids. Certainly some things that I did when I was a kid. So this is the garage door. So we'll come in here and get the oil for our mom and then get the hell out. There's not a lot of light in here. That is a crappy garage light. But luckily the light spotlighted right on the oil, made it easy for us to find. And I certainly don't like what I'm hearing, so if you could move a little faster, Jodie, that would be great. I don't want that door to suddenly close on us. There we go. Back in the safety of the light. Here you go, Mom. Here is your oil.
Thanks, sweetheart. Come on, honey, I gotta get dinner ready.
Nobody pays attention to me. Won't let me have cookies. Won't let me go outside. Very boring.
Why don't you go outside and play? I'll call you when dinner's ready.
Oh, there we go. Now we get the cue to go outside. That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully there's something more interesting outside. Snow is always fun to play in. Cold, but fun. We're all geared up in our snow gear here, and since we've pretty much done everything we can do in the house, I guess we can head outside now. Into the backyard.
I'm going.
Alright, well, there is an awful lot of snow. I don't know that there is going to be anything for us to do. Make some snow angels, maybe? We have a swing set. I don't know that we can swing on it. I think there's too much snow. Can we try it? Yeah, okay.
Will you push me, Aiden?
See, now that's cool. There are certain things that wouldn't be fun to play on your own. Obviously, you know, playing hide and seek with Aiden would probably be pretty lame. But hey, if you don't have the momentum to push yourself on the swing, you could just get him to do it for you.
Whatever. It's not fun anyway.
Oh, come on, Jody, don't be like that. I can hear kids playing.
I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Maybe we can go see what they're up to.
Attack me.
They probably have something interesting to do. Sounds like they're having maybe a snowball fight or something.
Come on, idiots. Attack me. Hey, did you hear that? Came from the street. I'm gonna make you pay for that. You got me.
Aha, they are having a snowball fight.
I think I just found a way to have some fun. I'm gonna make you pay for that. Take that. Okay, I know we're not supposed to. Come on, we'll just play for 5 minutes and come back. Mom will never know.
Uh-huh. Moms always know, kid. You think that they won't, but somehow they always figure it out.
You can at least give me a hand, Aiden.
Here you go. Go under instead of over.
You're the best.
I'm sure Mom also won't notice the giant hole he just blew in her fence.
Hey, Jody, wanna play with us? Come on, hurry up and hide then. You're gonna get cream.
Nice throw. Not quite. So I guess for Jody this is probably more fun. But this is kind of awkward to control. It's kind of hard to actually hit any of the kids with snowballs. You get hit more than anything. But this is more fun than hanging out in our yard. At least we get some interactivity with other kids. I'm sure, you know, Jody probably leads a very, very sheltered life. Although the one kid seemed to know her name at the very least, which is, you know, good news. Hopefully she, you know, goes to school and has somewhat of a normal life, you know, as normal as can be under the circumstances.
Ow, ow, that's cold. Take that.
I don't remember how long this goes on for. Most things just kind of go on for an allotted amount of time and then they continue onwards like this, I suppose.
You're a dead little girl. I got you.
No, I got me. No, stop.
Oh, come on, I don't want a face wash. That's cold and mean. Now here you have an opportunity to get another trophy. Using Aiden, you can choke this kid. You can't kill him, but you can choke him if you want to, and that will contribute towards one of the trophies. But there's not really any sense in choking him, I don't think. That will probably just get us in more trouble than we're already going to be in for going outside. Will you just let go of me already? I think we get the point, buddy. Maybe I'll choke him a little. There we go. Just a little, so you get the point. Get off me.
Did you see that? She nearly killed me.
No, I didn't. I choked you for like a millisecond.
She's a witch. A dirty, rotten witch.
What's going on here?
She's a witch! I'm telling you! Jody Holmes is a witch!
Come on, let's go. Come on.
And that is why we don't play with other children.
Get in the house.
That's the moral of the story. Something bad always happens.
What were you doing in the street? You know you're not allowed to leave the yard.
Saw the other kids playing it. I just wanted to have some fun.
What did you do to that boy?
Philip.
I didn't do anything. I didn't did it. He was trying to defend me. He thought...
I'm sick and tired of your stories. Jody, this time you're really gonna get it.
Oh, no!
Go to your room. Now!
Try to get some sleep, sweetheart. Everything will be better in the morning, okay? Night-night.
Mommy. I'm afraid of the monsters, Mommy. They're gonna get me.
Honey, you know monsters don't exist.
You don't know that.
But I'll leave the light on and the door open, okay? Get some sleep, sweetie.
What about that thing in the mirror earlier? That looked like a monster to me. It certainly wasn't normal. So if you want to at this point, what you can do is you can float as Aiden, and you should be able to go downstairs.
Go away! I hate you! It's your fault my parents don't let me. You hear me? Go away!
You shouldn't get so angry with her, Philip. She's just a little girl.
Little girl. You've seen what you can do, right? Susan, that's no little girl. Susan, that's a monster.
Don't you dare talk about her like that!
Wow, that's harsh.
The things that are happening around her, they're not normal, and they're getting stronger. For the love of God, Susan, what's to stop her from turning on us?
Oh, don't be ridiculous!
Susan, that thing is like an uncontrollable animal. We have no idea what it's capable of. We have a demon living with us right under our own roof. Susan, this is going to stop, and it's going to stop now, before we end up crazy or dead. We agreed to look after a little girl, Susan, but not this. Not this.
Oh, boy. Well, this is turning into a really shitty day. That escalated rather quickly. I guess I can kind of understand your dad's reaction a little bit. You know, he's afraid of what he doesn't understand. But that's pretty rough on your own daughter. You know, a little girl who probably has no idea how to control her own power. And it's not like she chose this. She doesn't do it on purpose.
There's no reason to be scared, Aiden. We're going to sleep, and nothing is gonna happen.
Everything will be okay. Surely this day cannot get any worse. I think I spoke too soon.
Jody! Jody! Are you all right? Oh my God. What happened, sweetheart?
You told me monsters didn't exist. You were wrong, Mommy. You were wrong.